Howdy folks, enough of this shining up the kitchen and interior decorating nonsense. Is this color, is this define me as a person? These license plates make my kitchen look nice? Now it's about maintenance, about stuff I should have done last year and haven't done, and it's been overdue. It's one of those things that kind of like nags at your brain, like there's some crap you gotta do. The basement, the undercarriage, is getting a bit rusty. My mudflap just fell off because all the screws rusted out. Why? Because this is Ohio and you get salt and snow and all that, and it eats up the steel underneath. And if you're lazy and you don't go up there and take care of it, then it gets worse and parts of the bottom just start falling off. And I've come to the decision I want to try to get at least 2 more years out of this old bucket here. So if I play it right, I can maybe get more. But the engine sound doesn't leak, but that rust situation has got to get taken care of. So let me go show you the kind of mess we're dealing with. And maybe if you drive an old heap like this might be even an old car. Even an old car. I've had a friend whose transmission basically fell out of the car because everything holding on to it rusted out around it. Transmission was fine. It was just halfway down the road. So that's not what you want. So anyway, let's go take a peek. Let's go take a peek-see, shall we? It's time to take a peek, but I'm gonna wear goggles so I don't get rust in my eyes. Yeah. That's not good. We're gonna want to take care of that. There's another rusty screw thing that fell out. I don't know, does that look rusty? I think it does. That's where the mud flap was, as there's not much steel left there. That's probably not holding anything. I also got to deal with that. I'm not really sure how that happened. I'm going to take care of that before my gas tank falls out. That would be inconvenient. Basically, a lot of this steel here, all these little screws and whatnots and who's he what's it, need to be addressed. Alright, so here's my plan so far, is I got some of this steel. Anywhere where it's between the plate and something solid, I'm going to use the flat steel. Anywhere where I got to span something, I'm going to need some support. I'm going to use the angle. I don't know if you can see the angle. Angle right there. Pow. And then I got some of these jobbers. Self-tapping hex head screws. Yeah. And I got one of these jobbers here. Whatever, I'm not going to open it right yet. But a little wire brush thing for my drill. And then I'll clean all the excess rust off. And then give it a little painty paint. Yeah, so this is not a job I've been looking forward to. But it's got to get done. So well done. In case anybody's wondering, I'm going to cut it with a grinder and a cutting wheel, all off solar panels, because it's a viable power option for those who don't believe it. Alright, over here is the underside where my gray water, black water tank is. It's hard to express under here what a shit show this is, but it's not very good. Everything is just crumbling to nothing. There's not really much. Even anything over here to screw into, where the mud flap used to be. It's Jonathan. What I'm going to do is take I got a piece of plate steel, and I'm going to try to run it from underneath here, the support, and try to find, hopefully there's something still solid to screw into over here. This isn't even doing anything. Basically slide it from here underneath all the way across to over here. I'm going to spray all this with some primer and pretend like that's stopping the rust if there's even metal left. That is not good. Rust-Oleum self-etching stops rust paint in between on the plate and where the plate's going to go. Alright, I was able to slide this plate in here. I put the spray paint side up and I'll spray paint the bottom side. There's a little bit of meat left on this steel here that I spray painted, so if I can secure that to that should be alright. And then get a cross brace from one support across to here to hold that up. I can pretend like I still have a bottom of my RV. Alright, it might be kind of hard to see what I did here, but yeah, I got this plate up underneath here. This is the mud flap secured to it. This is actually into some structure over here, and then yeah, then I self-tapped through this. It's not going anywhere. Re-secured this guy. This primer on the other side. I'm going to prime this side too. Whatever support I could find, I just screwed the shit out of it, so it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So that gives me the illusion of having a bottom of the RV. Anyway, that should at least last me a couple years, I hope. This right here is not good. There's not a lot of meat on this metal down inside of here. But anyway, that's going to get me for a little while, hopefully. I also got some of this Flex Seal Clear. Look at this smiling fuck, Phil Swift. Let's see what you got. So what I'm going to do is anywhere and everywhere on the inside, spray this Flex Seal garbage. See what that actually does. I'll clear all this out and spray everything in here real good. Same thing on the other side. And then hopefully that'll protect it from the water a little bit more. I'm not going to lie, dudes. Today sucked, but I feel a lot better. Kind of off my shoulders this whole bit, because that's kind of thing that's been driving me, kind of been creeping on the back of my mind. But I went around, anything that was loose, I threw a bunch of screws in or added steel. I need to add steel, more steel to the steel. This is a Mad Max piece of shit here, but I spent quite a bit of time spray painting the underneath of this thing, spray painting that Flex Seal stuff anywhere and everywhere I could. This thing's just going to be held together by just Band-Aids and glue and paint. But I don't see any reason why I won't keep it together for a little while. Just something I got to keep an eye on, especially through the wintertime. Not that we really get a whole lot of snow the last couple of years, but you never know. Ice and salt and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, if you drive an old rust bucket like me, maybe that'll be useful to you. Yeah, anyway, make sure even with the goggles and a dust mask on, I was still getting stuff in my face, so be careful with that. But yeah, anyway, that's me done for today. So, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them.